Hello. Hit the like button for me, please, if you don't mind. It's hot. Just, just turn my heat off. This weather don't know if it want to be hot or cold. This morning I think it was in the 50s. Although 50s might not sound cold to some, but it's cold to me. What are other two people in here? Can y'all hit the like button for me, please? Hey, Mossy. How you doing? Welcome over. Did you hit that like button, Mossy? Before you forget. Oh, Lord, it's hot. I was getting ready for this live, and I start getting hot. And I'm like, I know that doggone heater ain't kicked on again. I got a retarded heater. Air conditioned unit, and it's brand new. Thank you, ma'am. So it must be somebody else. I have a retarded air conditioned system, and it ain't but about 5 years old. But I don't know how to program it. But still, uh, I turned the dial like to about 65. Because when I got home, it was, it was a little warm outside or whatever. And I left this morning, I dressed because I always have to bring a shawl into the doctor's office or something like that. And so I had on a sweatsuit. It was actually made out, on the inside it was that thick cotton or whatever. But anyway, it gets everywhere. And I had put on a turtleneck because I'm cold-natured. When I'm cold-natured, and I'm anemic. So I had that on. I had 2 doctor's appointments. Then I went to the grocery store. I got to stop going to the grocery store. I was 2 hours in the grocery store. Buying stuff that wasn't even on my list. I made a list. My list was probably about 8 things long. I left out of there, it counted, say I had 55 things. Some of it was repeat items, but 55 items, that was too much. So imagine I had a bunch of bags, but I always double bag my stuff. And I know a lot of people don't like doing their, ringing their groceries up themselves, but Kroger have this almost like you're the cashier, and you scan your item, and it rolls down the thing, and then after it gets so far or get clogged up, you have to go and start bagging some of your items. Well, I'd rather do that. The lady was trying to deter me, talking about it'll stop after like 15. Lady, you're a lie. Every time I come in here and I have this amount of groceries, I start using this thing. She just didn't want to have to come back and forth. People don't want to work. So anyway, moral of the story is I got through all of 54 of my items, and the thing ain't stopped. The only time it stopped is when the thing get clogged up and you need to push either the groceries down or you go down there and bag some of your stuff up. That's the only time it stopped. She just didn't want to do nothing. They get on my nerves. You know what? That doggone food card, I'm glad you said something. I'm going to have to call where it's actually the, I guess like the flexible spending count. No, I didn't get a food card. But it's the flexible spending count for like the over-the-counter meds. And I'd like to keep mine handy so in case something happened in the middle of the night, I don't have to, like now my stomach feel like it just bubbling. Not bubbling, but it's gassy. And so, hey LaWanda, how you doing? Welcome over. And I should have took the gas X before I got on here. But the card, they load it every 3 months. And then I go on there, and then it's got a thing where you can exercise or whatever, and tell them what calendar days you exercise. And they give you $10 each month. But and then take advantage of flu shot, wellness check, and all that. But it's not time for all of that. That's not gonna be toward the end of the year to get the rest of that money, and it would not let me get my over the counter meds. And I had the little coupons I spent time loading coupons. They send me coupons in the mail and stuff like that. And I did all that. And then when I got to the end, the over-the-counter meds did not want to click on. So what I did, I told that lady, I said, I'm sorry, but since it won't give me the money that's supposed to take care of this stuff, just take it all off. She said, you want to take it all off? Mm-hmm. I said, I'll go home and call and see what's going on with the card and why it did not take it or why it tried so many times and it stopped. So I'll go back. But I wouldn't want to spend my extra money then because I spent enough money. Hey, Gloria, how you doing? Y'all, it's hot. I'm almost had to go on here off camera. But anyway, going to the title of my, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am Classy Lady. I am a new content creator. I have videos and shorts that I would like for y'all to look at. And I would also would like for y'all to subscribe to my channel as you're watching my videos and shorts. So when I put something out or whatever, I come on, you can come over and engage in the chat or either just listen to story times. Oh, okay. Well, shoot, I'm gonna have to look at a whole bunch of paper. Cause they send me a whole bunch of paper. Cause mine is not like that. It'll load so much for every 3 months, and after that, that's it. As far as food court, I have never gotten that from United Health. Never. They don't give me hardly nothing. But anyway, so if you are viewing this as a replay, skip to about 8 minutes into the video. Well, 9 minutes, because I'm acknowledging everybody and have a conversation as to who's on here, and then I'll start my commentary. That way you don't have to listen to the jib jab, but if you want to, that's fine with me. Don't make me know never mind. Especially if you're at work and you're trying to find something to do or whatever. So hello everybody, welcome over. So anyway, the title I put up was LaWanda. Ex-Granny said that you know how to do the disclaimer. I need to know where to find that. And if you know how to do it, can you post it in my chat, please? The copyright disclaimer. She had said something about where to find it, but I forgot and I need to write it down. And if you could do it, or any one of y'all, I don't care who do it, who know how to do it, I would appreciate if y'all could put it in my chat, because I don't know, I might need it for some of the things that I have to talk about or whatever. Hey Bama, how you doing? What it do? What it do? Yeah, if one of y'all could put that disclaimer in my chat, and then if y'all could tell me where to find it, where I could post it, and then I can copy it for when I do a live or something like that, or however it go. Y'all know I'm just learning. I'm green around I'm greener than a pool tabletop, child. I don't know how to do nothing. What favorite kind of juice? Who put that in here? Anyway, that I was trying to think about what I want to talk about, and that me and a friend was talking about that topic, so it popped up in my brain, and also to go back to somebody else that we were talking about. So my friend had told me, she said, girl, have you heard about this guy? He's not from Houston. He's from, I guess, between Louisiana and Houston, back and forth. But I think he's probably born in Louisiana, and he's been back and forth here. And what they call these cars are slabs. and the slabs, and they call them Bama, help me out. What's that? Them fofos, tripping on fofos, them big wire, big old luxury wheels. I should have looked it up before I got on here. I hear it, and they have like some rappers that be rapping about it. It's Vogues and elbows and bows and all of that. But they got these big these tires, chrome tire hubcaps or rims. That's what they call rims, and they stick out. And if you ride too close to them, you probably tear up your car. And so they have these on their cars, and they have what they call them. I guess the cars are called slabs, or they're on the slabs. Thank you, LaWanda. And so there are different groups that I have seen or whatever. They may have Cadillacs, and they may have all of them that's in the little group. They may have a certain type of Cadillac that they have, and they got that candy apple gloss on their cars. It may be red. The red is called the candy apple red. I'm not sure what the blue. The blue is like a raw blue, and it's got that gloss and it looks like a candy apple. I've seen gold with the candy apple color on it, and I've seen orange. I've seen green, and of course there may be some black ones out. So whatever kind of car club it is, they may have all Buicks. Maybe a Buick from way back when to up new or something like that. Excuse me, y'all. I swear I cleaned out my mouth for after I ate, but it seemed like every time I get to talking, something want to come to the forefront. So I got my paper. And so they're all colors. Like I said, could be a Buick, could be Cadillacs, could be a certain type of Ford, could be a certain type of Chevrolet type car, and they on what I guess they call them on slabs, and then they it's a big thing in Texas and is been in Louisiana where the trunks are popped open, and they may have might say Mr. Nasty Boy or Sexy Girl or Sexy Boy, or they will have this writing in lights in their trunk, and they don't have back seats or trunks. They got these big old, I'm just giving y'all a visual. Y'all know I give y'all a visual. They got these big old boom box in their trunks, and some of them extend in their back seats, and they boom, 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 boom. Some stuff that'll dang near blow your windows out or make your house rattle when they come through your neighborhoods or whatever. So I've been noticing that sometime on Sundays, like especially when it's in the summertime, they go to different parking lots in different areas of town, and they'll have their cars, and they'll be in their little car, their little clubs and stuff. They may be motorcycles, four-wheelers, or things of that nature, and they all get together. But is this one guy that he I guess they say he customized in the cars or the paints or whatever. Some of the guys and girls are very talented with that. Some of them are very, very talented with some of the stuff that they know how to do. Yeah, rims, spikes, Vogues. Hey, ex-granny. Hey, Lakeisha. I don't want to miss nobody. Hey, Bridget. That's fine. I know how you when you get off of work, you gotta unwind and get your babies together, and your husband and the babies. I don't know who you do first. So anyway, but they have those cars, and they have car shows, and some of those cars are absolutely beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful. Some of those cars, those old school cars, and things of that nature. So there's one guy, I don't know, I guess he's dealing with the candy coating and the painting and stuff like that. So my girlfriend asked me today, she said, had you heard of such and such? this guy. I say, no, I ain't never heard of him. She said he has something to do with them slabs, them cars, and them cars with them. And I say, yeah. I say, what about him? She say, girl, they got this, we have a news reporter, a little hood reporter. Her name is Grizzy. Grizzy be all over town. I don't know if Grizzy ever goes to sleep. She called it Grizzy Hood News. And so she'll be on this side of town, that side of town, and she report accidents, fires. When they raid these game rooms, she be there. Uh, Shootings, all kind of stuff. Grizzy reports all kind of stuff in the Houston area. She be everywhere. So she was telling me. So I was reading, and this guy, his name is Candy Red Bread, Candy Red or Candy Red Bread. They just put it out today or yesterday. He got arrested a couple of days ago with assault of a minor. This many years. Uno, dos. I gotta count them two in Spanish. Uno, dos. That's how old the child was. Uno, dos. And I guess it was, at the time, it was a girl that he was dating. And it was her baby. Now, these guys, we got to watch these guys. And some girls too, some women too. But these guys. To me, y'all better watch these guys around your children. And you always, just because a man looking at you and all that kind of stuff, you want to move them in your house and they can stay in your house and eat up all your children's food. And y'all so quick to move these men in your house. You don't know nothing about these men. You don't know nothing about these men. Oh, he good looking. He a yellow bone. He fine. He this. Oh, he got good hair. And I don't care. Be careful about these men that are so quick to move in with you when you got small kids. Not only just small kids, but little teenage girls, well-developed teenage girls. Because these men are looking at that. Old dude, 40, and I'm pretty sure she ain't no 40-year-old chick. She probably in her 30s. We just gonna say hypothetically 30s with a 2-year-old. You're not gonna catch too many 40-year-olds or 50-year-olds with a 2-year-old. 9 times out of 10 is somebody from 18, 19, 17, 18, 19, 20s, 30s. Because a lot of women are a lot of time are more mature than men. And when they get, in their 30s, 35s, if they going to school or they working, they're about their paper, their money and stuff, they not really having kids at later ages. And, I mean, I'm not saying that it can't happen, and people do have kids at later ages, but the later you wait to have a child, the more likely that your child will be abnormal, some kind of abnormality, and they will have to do what they call the amniocentesis on your child to see if your child is normal, if their brain ain't growing on the outside of their head, if they got teeth in their mouth, if their eyes are missing. And I'm not being ugly, and I'm not being nothing like that, but I've worked in that area where I worked with high risk OB-GYN doctors, and they did amniocentesis, and they had to deliver some bad news to these women, because the older you get, you may have some kind of problems. Look at Stephanie Mills. I think Stephanie Mills had her child at an older age. Now you see them having them at an older age, but it's not saying that you don't have that chance. That 50-50 chance, or that 30-20 or whatever kind of chance. Uh, However, I knew this lady way back in the day. She was a nurse practitioner and she was pregnant. And I remember my mom asking her when was she due, and she got teary-eyed. And she said, well, I'm due such and such, but I don't know. I'm kind of torn between actually delivering this baby or terminating the baby. Because she was way, way up in her pregnancy. And so my mom went to ask her, well, why would you terminate your pregnancy? She said, because they did tests and scans, and they said that my baby's brain was growing on the outside of its head. And so my mama prayed for the lady, and we all did a circle of prayer, whatever. And later on, she went on ahead and had the baby, whatever. And the baby, I think, had some abnormalities, but that part did not happen. And the baby was pretty much normal, but had, I think had to be delivered early, and so complications from that. So, Majestic is back in the window. Yeah. So the older you get, and a lot of times it's after 35, especially if you have one kid. And if you have no kids or you have one kid after 35, you more of a higher risk pregnancy, uh, as though you have two kids. The foods we have these days, a lot of these children are being born autistic. They're autistic. And a lot of moms don't know what to look for to see or to ask the doctors to have their children tested. A lot of these kids, and I believe it's the foods and stuff that we eat and stuff like that, all this stuff that's in our food or whatever, kids are being born autistic. It's a lot, and I mean a lot. So you have to be careful when you start talking about having kids at a later age. Could be 10, 12 years. I know some, and the children are autistic. Some have it bad and some are not as bad. I know somebody personally have a 10-year difference. A 10-year difference from the oldest to the baby. And being thank God that they were able to identify with it and get the baby some help and start doing things and working with the child now. That's why a lot of some of these kids don't even talk, because these parents are not taking time to go into the doctor. The doctor tells you how many words or whatever these kids are supposed to speak and all this kind of stuff. A lot of people are 60 rims. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Let me see. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody. So anyway, getting back to the story, because I drifted off with the, about the kids or whatever. So I was reading, and this nasty son of a biscuit eater, the girl, and then when they get with these girls with these little kids, they so quick to get the ones with these little children and teens and stuff like that, and they so quick to move them in. And this probably ain't the first time that this has happened. He had been playing with the 2-year-old. Now I'm saying playing with, and I don't know. Of course they're not gonna release that in the report. That's to the public. They'll put like a felony or ex assault or something like that, and they only put so much where you can read or whatever. So, and that's probably ain't the first time she probably let him keep the little girl. She didn't went to work, and instead of letting Miss Mabel, instead of letting Miss Mabel, who had been keeping her, and you paying her hot $50 a week, or you put her in daycare, because it could happen there too. It could happen at Miss Mabel's house, or child or husband or boyfriend, But sometimes, but anyway, it could happen anywhere. But they so quick to let these men move in. So And he came in drunk. You know, one of them days he done came home intoxicated and all this kind of stuff. And so she said that he came home drunk. The phone was there. So when the phone was there, she said in the back of her mind, probably the angel and the devil at the same time, because when you go looking for stuff, you find it. And some things we need to find. And that was something that she needed to find. And she looked on his phone, and that sapsucker had pictures of her 1, 2 year old in his phone. So she said she was about 7 minutes in looking through his phone or whatever. I guess she was looking for girls' numbers and stuff, and she went to his pictures or whatever. There go the pictures of her child. And she clicked on it, and you know it'll tell you when these pictures were taken or when you took this picture. How about it was the yesterday morning? I'm just going to say the day that she was looking at it. It was yesterday morning at 6 something in the morning. So that is probably the time that you went to work. Probably was no sooner than you went to work. He ain't there playing with your daughter, your baby. And 9 times out of 10, if she was that young, you may have gotten her out of the bed, out of her bed or whatever, and put her in there with him. So when she wake up, she could wake him up, maybe to go fix us some cereal. This is just my opinion. My mind is just going with the story. I'm just thinking that that's what she did. She went, got her out of her bed, put her in the bed, in her bed, so that, when she woke up, he could go fix her little bowl of cereal or whatever, and she go back to sleep. I don't know. But, yeah, it was yesterday that he had did that yesterday morning to that little girl. And I guess she must have called a family member, or maybe she called the police herself. But y'all, don't y'all know that girl wouldn't have made it out the house? That girl wouldn't have made it out the house. And if he did make it out the house, it was going to be either or. He was going to be in one of them black bags, or he would have been in an ambulance, and he would have still been screaming. My 2-year-old, I look in your phone, you got her, I don't know what, she said it was gruesome. So, I don't know, she made the little girl put in her mouth, he done inserted something, or he done just took pictures with her clothes off, whatever it was. Grow wouldn't have left out of there walking. It'd have been some slow walking and sad singing, like I tell y'all. Or it would have been, like they say, the ambulance. The ambulance. 1 or 2. It wouldn't have made me no difference. But I would have rather 2. The black bag. I would have rather that. Very sick. Very sick. Don't you know who was it? Was it Al Green's wife, girlfriend, lover with them hot grits? My dear done already told you how to play grit ball. My dear done already told you how to play grit ball. She was joking in a way, but she was not joking in a way. She not already told you how to play grit ball. That's why some of y'all need to stop listening to all that boom, boom, bop, ba, da, ba, da, ba, and go and listen to some of them blues. Because if you want to know about a man or a woman cheating on you, go listen to you some Tyrone Davis, some Johnny Taylor, some Bobby Blue Bland, some B.B. King, some Z.Z. Hill, go listen to some of them folk, Betty Wright, and all them folk. That's who y'all need to be listening to learn some things. To learn some things. Because it's a lot of stuff that I didn't know till I was grown, until I started listening to blues. And I mean, oh, that's what that means? That's what that sucker had been doing? That's what said? I had to learn when I got grown. Because my mom didn't teach me about sex. That wasn't a real conversation that we had. Some parents did, some didn't. I wasn't out there, and I didn't learn out there in the street. But a lot of stuff, a lot of game that these men be running, and a lot of game that these women be running. You want to know about some stuff? Listen to you some blues. Listen to you some blues. Johnny Taylor gonna tell you all about it. He gonna tell you about the last $2. Male waiters. Like I said, Floyd Taylor, Al Green, all of them. Teddy Pendergrass. Go listen to you some old school music and learn you some few things. You can learn some things now at this age. And see if you don't find out some things that and then you would be thinking, oh man, was that what that Negro doing? Is that what that broad doing? Y'all need to go listen to some old stuff. So all that bebop, badop, badop, badop music y'all listening to these days ain't telling you nothing. All it's doing is calling you some bees and ussies and all of that kind of stuff, and how to murder somebody and get money and money in the illegal way. They're not teaching you nothing. They can't teach you no life skills. They can't teach you how to balance a checkbook, balance your, if you don't write checks, balance your account to know how much money you have in there, whether you overdrawing your account, how to pay bills. They're not teaching y'all that. They're teaching y'all that bull stuff. So if it was me, he wouldn't, like I said, he wouldn't have left out of there walking. He would have got some grits, syrup, oatmeal, whatever, honey, whatever stuck to your body. Whatever stuck to your body. Because, see, you aren't going to be able to do a Lorena Bobbitt on it. You aren't going to be able to do a Lorena Bobbitt, because as soon as you start, fooling down there, he going to wake up. What you doing? What you doing? Or thinking you ready to have some sex with him. Now, partner, all I had to do was just boil it. Make sure my child in her room secure, and get close enough where it won't fall on me or put me some extra clothes on. Ha! Right up on you. I bet you, I don't even want you to be able to get a skin graft to replace no skin. And aim it toward below the waist first. Get you some below the waist so that it can tear that thing up, and then get the rest of it at the top of his body, and preferably his cute face. Brent Evans, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I guess he do live. So you heard something that we don't know, that he not living right now? Or do he love me? No, he don't. He don't love me. He don't love you either. And that's a fact, Jack. Yeah. Hot grits, hot water cornbread, grease, cornmeal, something. He would have got. I would have went below the waist first, above the waist second. You looking at all these pictures. And it wasn't just your child in there. This wasn't the first time he did that. When they got his phone down to the police station, it had other victims in there. Other victims in there. So no wonder you from Louisiana to Houston, and Houston to Louisiana, and maybe to Oklahoma, and whoever else, and all these little girls or women that you getting. No wonder. And hey, Trent. Well, thank you for thinking he loved me. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's a rumor that he loved me. Guess what? You know what's not a rumor? Jesus loves you and Jesus loves me. That's one thing I do know for sure. Jesus loves me and he loves you. I don't know about that other man. That other man don't love you nor me. Because if he did, he wouldn't be doing the things that he doing. But I'm not going to let you, a anyway, get back to what I had to say. Yeah, there were other victims in the phone, y'all. When they got it to the police station, they said they are reaching out to other victims. And I was reading the comments, because you know the comments, boy, you can find out a story in comments. I was reading the comments, and the comments were saying that he just got out of something with a 13-year-old last year. So that was 2025. He just got out. Well, I'm not going to say got out of it or was going through something with a 13-year-old last year. We just in January. So was it earlier last year, middle, late? But last year, nevertheless, with a 13-year-old. You know, he probably got out and probably said that she lied or whatever. Probably got to the mama and gave her some money and say, tell her, don't say that, don't say that. Tell her she lying. Don't say that. And, you know, it bribed the mama, gave her some money, and then they let it go. Jamila Mudd or somebody who. If you just got here, sit back and enjoy the ride, and you have 37 minutes to go back and watch the replay. At least 30 minutes and watch the beginning, because I'm not going to repeat all of that. So anyway, they're reaching out to other victims, because of course he's plastered all over. He's a social media influencer. He got 60,000 fans right now. Yeah. And I think they said he got either Instagram or TikTok page or something like that. But yeah, they arrested him 4 days ago, but the story broke, or they just found out and started putting it out. And so these other, like news people, they was trying, everybody try to get the story or the drop on what happened or what was what. And so one of the ladies had gotten, the girl was showing the ring camera from when he had gotten arrested and stuff, and the county was taking him out in handcuffs and stuff, and you could hear her all in the background. You MF, you rap my baby. You MF, you rap my girl. Why you did all of that? Why you did all that? He shouldn't have been going with his hands behind his back. You should have took care of that and then call the police later. You should have took care of that first, then call the police, and then pled insanity, because you was crazy at that point when you found out what happened to your 2-year-old daughter. Because I would have been. But I would have went stone crazy on that fool when he was asleep in your bed. But now you let him get away to live another day, to get an attorney and all this his stuff. If he hadn't been to prison, he's gonna go. The brothers and stuff, they're gonna take care of him in there, for one, because that's one thing they don't like, you doing that to children. That's a no, and the TDC, yeah, that's a no. Even in the county jails, that's a no. So he not going to have no good days unless they put him in, take him out of general population. But he wouldn't have been in general population. He would have been in the prison hospital or the prison ward, or his mom and them would have been making plans for him. Somebody would have got it. But I would have had to get my revenge. Sorry, Lord. Repent on it or whatever. Lord probably would have forgave you on that one. 2-year-old, he don't play about old people and children. He don't play old people and children. No. Because they defenseless. When they get to a certain age, they fragile. And children don't know no better. A lot of them can't talk, can't tell you stuff or whatever. So the mama, they said you could hear the child crying because the mama, of course, because the mama was crying. The baby don't know what she crying about. The mama crying. And she could have it. You never know. But no. So that's what would happen, and that's why I wanted to bring that part out. Uh, the other part, we have a content creator, and everybody want to get a spiel, and I want to give my opinion about her talking about her young men's PD whacker. And she said that somebody sent her a picture to her email anonymously and said that was her child's PD whacker. Oh, and she drunk all on social media. Oh, yeah, if that's him, oh, he packing. These little girls better watch out. Some of these women might want to try to get at him because he packing, and y'all mad because y'all... Woman, are you crazy? This the second time. No, third, fourth, fifth, gazillion time you talking under your children's clothes. When are you gonna stop? Your oldest already accused you of doing something horrendous to him with your hand, with your finger. And you want to come out here talking about your twins' PD whackers. You got to be the most sickest woman out here on the planet. You need to be registered as a pedo. You should have been that long years ago when you was messing with them little boys, them young boys. And they ain't no allegedly because it was in the paper. So it ain't no allegedly. That's what the paper said. You may have gotten off, but you was fooling with them twins' daddy. That's how they here now. Because they daddy was underage. And you want to brag about how big your, what are they, 14, 15, 16-year-old, no, they ain't that old. How old big they were. And the boy said he was 12 when he posted the picture. Just because he had his name at the bottom, who's to say that was his? He could have got that out of a porn thing. You don't know, because you said yourself you ain't seen it since they was about 2-3 years old with your line A. Because you done seen it before then. You done seen it before then. You done seen it before then. If you could put one of them fake ones in in a candy drawer for them kids to find it or leave it on the counter. All right now. You done saw. Yeah. Ain't nobody forgot about that. Thank you, ADHD. Welcome. You're always welcome over here. Yeah. Ain't nobody forgot about that story. Because every time you look around, your son rehashes that. So for you to say you ain't seen your other children's stuff since they was 2-3 years old, you lying. You lying. You done seen it. You done seen it. Yeah. You done seen it. And like I said, if he sent somebody a picture when he was 12 years old, why is he sending people pictures of his weedy whacker at 10 and 12 years old? What you doing over there? And just because it had his name on it, yeah, he's the one that posted the picture and sent it to somebody, but that doesn't mean it was his. But even if it was his, you high-fiving and calling him on the phone and, hey, yeah, they better know, yeah, cause you pack it. Although his daddy wasn't packing. I don't know where he got it from. I guess he got it from me. That's why my voice is so heavy. People say I sound like a man. You about the most ignorantest woman on this, one of the most ignorantest woman on these YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Kicks, all these social medias. Whatever you got, Instagram, Twitter, all these social media sites. You're one of the dumbest females that I have ever heard. For you to say stuff. And you supposed to be helping somebody, watch somebody that's ill, and you up there drinking. Just as drunk as Cooter Brown. Drunk as Cooter Brown, calling your child to verify that that was it. Yeah, and that was his name, and that was his thing, and yeah, oh, he packing. Y'all little girls better watch. No wonder that boy jealous goes back to the fight that the boy had with another race. That's why he jealous. How you know if that boy jealous of that boy thing? How you know what that boy got? We don't know. You don't know. So stop tooting your own horn. Stop tooting your horn, because you look bad. You really look suspect out here. You really do. Out here tooting your own horn about what your son got, and that's why the other boy mad, and that's why the girl mad because you with somebody else, and you laying pipe, and you, girl, you ain't no better than that one that was with that 2-year-old. You ain't no better. That's why I say men and women do the same stuff. Men and women do the same stuff. Y'all better be careful who y'all let y'all children, your grandchildren go around. Spending the night at folks' house, staying over at people's house. I'm going to my friend's house, or I want to go over my friend's house. Y'all better start doing some investigating about these friends' houses that they going over, and see what kind of friends they have. Me as a girl, I couldn't go over nobody's house. I went over a teacher house. I take that back, when I was in the 3rd grade. But my mama went over there, and the teacher she was the only one at the time, and she stayed with her mom, and it was me and 3 other girls. And I had to check in with my mama. And when I did get home, my mama questioned me like she was the FBI. My mama questioned me, and well, what y'all do? Kind of like not letting me know what she was questioning me about, but she questioned me. And from then on, I could only spend the night at my girl's cousin house, which if my aunt if she had a male friend over, I couldn't go over there. Couldn't go over there. Only, and my aunt knew that, only when it was her and her girls there. Then my mama made that clear, and my daddy made that clear. So if you have company of the opposite sex, my child can't go over there. Even if they stop by there unannounced, you better call me and let me come and pick her up. My parents didn't play that. We didn't, we didn't get this, Now my brother, because he was a boy, he could kind of fend for himself, and not saying it couldn't have happened, but my brother was a boy, and he was in the fighting, and so that wasn't going, no, that, and we didn't. I don't even think I had any girlfriends to come and spend the night. My mama didn't play that either. No, that's all right. Y'all see each other at school, or we can go to the movies, and we'll take the kids to the movies and stuff. We didn't get dropped off at the mall either. My parents stayed with us. We went to the movies as a family. Now we might could sit few rows from them, or a few rows behind them, but we didn't get dropped off at the mall. My parents didn't play that. You ain't going playing them people's stores, and you don't have the money to buy something, and then they calling me that y'all done stole something. No. We couldn't go to the malls like they drop kids off now. And the mall is like a daycare. A daycare. You see them as young as 12, 13, 14, 15. They don't have no business at the mall. And it be so many of them in the summertime. That's why I don't even go to the mall anymore. I've been to hurt one of them children. I don't go to the mall anymore. Because the last time I went to the mall, it was like a daycare. And then these store owners are having to keep these kids out of there. And then you want to say about somebody discriminating against your child. But sometimes it could be overwhelming and too many kids in the store. That just like now, after school, if you got backpacks on, you have to leave them at the front of the store. They may allow 1 or 2 kids in the store at one time. The rest of them have to wait your turn. I done been in these stores, the grocery stores. I done been in these Dollar Generals, Family Dollars, Dollar Trees, and stuff like that. Um, and you can go down the aisle. You see food or what somebody done ate and left the stuff there. These kids be hungry. They leave, they go down these aisles and open up this food and walk down the aisle eating and then stuff it in the shelves and stuff like that. It could be employees. Don't get me wrong. It could be employees. It could be people that come in there that's hungry and do the same thing. But 9 times out of 10 is the young adults doing it. So a lot of stuff that they're doing now, we didn't do it. But you have to be careful about these pedos and things of that nature. I do know here, like Halloween, you'll see the police riding down the street. They got a list of the pedos. They got a list of where the pedos live. The pedos know they can't turn any lights on to indicate that they're giving out candy. They can't have any kind of decorations around their house saying it's Halloween. Nothing. And they have to be inside of their house. They cannot be outside of their house because they subject to get a phone call at a certain time. They don't know when the call gonna come in. They have to be inside their house. They have to be able to answer to that call and check in. Because there are people that's checking in on them to make sure that they're not outside, they're not handed out candy, and they don't have no decorations, and their porch lights and lights are off. Halloween, they do not play that here. They have a list, and they go during the day and at night by these people's house. Sure do. Sure do. And they in the neighborhoods. Matter of fact, I got one stay down the street from me. And I when I found out that, I rode by there. I don't know if they still stay there. I know years ago that they stayed there, and I did it myself. I did a check. Halloween, I rode down there myself to see if they were complying and I did see the officers come down the street. I did see them stop down there. And I waited a few hours, and I went myself because I wanted to see if they had lights and stuff on. Because I was going to call in. I sure was. I don't bother nobody. But stuff like that, and these, I don't have any abandoned houses in my area. But these abandoned houses and stuff like that, you have to be careful of that. Because they house these children and these missing women and missing children, missing boys and stuff. Sometimes they be in them houses. Look at that woman that had been missing, that young girl had been missing for 13 years, and that black man lived right next door and didn't know anything of it. He would sometimes barbecue with that man. The man had the windows and all that stuff dark and stuff like that, and that girl was in there chained up in that house and whatever. And one particular time he got caught slipping, and that girl was able to break out of there, and that man was outside or whatever, down the street or however it was, and was screaming and running and ran into that black man's arm. And he said, I didn't know what to think about that, but she said she needed some help. She said who her name was and she had been missing. And thank God, he listened to her and called the police. The police came out. They ran her name, and she had been missing for over 10 years. She was locked up next door at his neighbor, and he never knew. The man never gave him no indication. So y'all never know. Y'all stay in neighborhoods where these abandoned houses, y'all need to call the city and the county to get them people out there to knock them houses down, them high weeds and stuff around the houses. If you in incorporated areas, you're not in the HOA area, y'all need to get on that, because you never know who would be right next door to you. You never know. Hey T Chandler, how you doing? Please consider subscribing. Brenda Johnson, how you doing? It's your first time here. Hello, welcome. Y'all subscribe to my channel. This is not my first time telling story time and just talking, chopping it up, however y'all want to say it. I do try to get on here and show my face. Oh yeah, it was in Cleveland. And show my face. And I usually try to come on at 9 o'clock. Sometimes I come on earlier or whatever. But I do have shorts and other story times that I have told on my channel. I am new to YouTube, and some of the things are about me, but today was about, like, I don't know if y'all could actually read my channel. It was about sex, assault, and stuff of that nature. You're in North Carolina? Oh, wow. I've been praying for y'all, and y'all pray for us. We in Texas. We supposed to get some weather. North Carolina, I think y'all have dealt with snow and stuff before. Texas, we get snow and it hit the ground, it melts. Uh, I just had to turn my heater off because it's retarded. I started getting hot, and I looked, and the thing was on 90. It already said 77 degrees in here. The thing had flipped to 90. I said, you know what? I'm not going to try to turn it to 55 so it'll just stay off or whatever. Let me just turn you off. So I turned it off. And I'm going to have to look at the news and see how cold it is or how cold it's going to be in the morning. And if it's in the 30s or 40s in the morning, then I'll turn it on so I won't wake up to cold. But otherwise, no. So y'all get snow, and y'all probably get change of season. Here in Texas, it's either hot or cold. This morning, it was kind of cold when you woke up. This afternoon, I was about to the strip. We could start off with overcoats and boots and hats in the morning. Afternoon, in flip-flops, jeans, tennis shoes, shorts, all of that. So we have not so good weather, and what we preparing for is the way they got our electricity set up is not good. Last year we had a freeze, but it's bringing back not so good memories. 5 years ago when my mom passed, really the same week, we had a freeze, and it was it started Valentine's Day on a Sunday. And when I tell you the power went out throughout the city, tree limbs broke, tree limbs broke on power lines. We was dark. We didn't have no power. It was so cold, so cold. I need a new lining in my long wool coat. And I say, I'm scared to put it in the cleaners to let them do it, because I say, soon as I put it in the cleaners, it's going to get 30 degrees or the power going to go out, and it's going to be out for a couple of days, and I'm going to need my coat, these caftans, some clothes up under it. The outfit I had on today would be something to keep me warm. Had to sleep in all of that stuff. And trust me, drinking water and soda, all that, I cut that out, because for one, it's too many clothes to take off to go to the restroom. It's too many clothes. So the best thing to do is just take some little sips of water, just enough to keep your throat and nothing. I think I had Lunchables. I had chips. I bought crackers. My tuna have to have eggs and all the bells and whistles in it, so I didn't make tuna. And I had one of those little freezer bags. I don't have a generator. I said this year I'm going to get one. And I kept my water and stuff in there and kept stuff by my bed. And we had flashlights. I had plenty flashlights. So I was good on the flashlights and the batteries and stuff. Oh, thanks. Thanks for reminding myself. So I filled my car with gas. I went got some things that I could knick-knack on, like strawberries, grapes, and cherries, fruit like that'll stay. Shoot, I got manual can openers. If I had to open up a can of corn or green beans, I'm going to do just that. I got some survival skills. I have a gas stove. I bought some charcoal. I have a little small barbecue pit if I have to take some meat out and barbecue it or whatever. But hopefully it won't get that bad. But I did make sure my car is full with gas, and I do have plenty water. And then what I do is, fill the bathtubs up to be able to flush the toilets. But anyway, so that. Was one other thing I wanted to talk about before I let y'all go. Oh, that's it. Calling people out of their name. I wanted to double back on ex Granny from earlier today. Ex Granny, I don't think you saw my comment or you didn't read it. And I said, no, it is not. I don't feel it's okay for people to call people BIs and stuff like that. I take offense to it. When that lady, the lady that be drinking, and she called people black bees on here, I get so mad till if I could reach in the phone and grab her, I would. Or if I had a button that would go in where I can electrocute her when she says that. I just be wanting to take her mouth and just twist it. Because if you ever look at her mouth, she sounds so nasty when it comes out when she called people black bees. That's disrespectful. A lot of people call people that on this internet, and they say that on this internet because they own this internet. Trust and believe you in front of somebody, and like you said, when we were growing up, when you were growing up, even when I was growing up, you call somebody that a BI, that was a fight. That was a fight, an instant fight. And then you gonna call them a black BI, or you, baby, it was fight time. You don't. That's not my name. I was given a name, and if you don't know my name, ma'am, miss, or whatever, but don't call me a B, and don't call me a black B, and don't call me a fat black B, because I'm going to show you the fat, the black, and the B. I'm going to show you all three of them. Yeah, don't. That's not nice. No, I don't like it. I don't like when I hear other women calling other people that. And me and my friends, we definitely don't call each other beep. A beep. Did you see that? We are women. I am a woman of standards. That's why my name is Classy Lady. I carry myself with class. All during school, you can't talk to not one person right now, and they'll tell you that I was in the streets when I was growing up. They can't tell you like they used to say, oh, I had her. No, you can't. You can't say that. Because if you say it, you're lying. You're lying. And I might jump around your neck and start beating you up. I ain't saying I could beat you, but I know some people that can, because you're lying on me, and my name was not out there in the street, and it wasn't in the mud. And I'm the age I am now, and it's still not out here in the mud. You can't say you had me. No. So to call me a black B, OOO, and all them names, that's not me. I'm not going to answer to that. I'm not going to answer to it. So people feel safe calling you that on the internet. They be, what we call it, keyboard thugging. They feel safe behind the keyboard. You know, and I highly doubt it if they would be saying all that pretty much standing in front of you. And they might, you got some that's frogging and it's going to leap. But when they do that, it's up to you to either cut them off at the pass, tell them, warn them, or whatever. Because like they say, I'll turn the other cheek. You might hit me on this cheek, I'll turn that cheek. You hit me on another cheek, you hit me on another cheek. But it's only so much that I'm going to take from you. It's only so much that I'm going to take from you. And I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't fear anybody. I don't fear nobody. If I ain't fear my husband 6'7", that could, like my mama said, could eat soup off my head, I'm not going to fear you. I pray. I keep it right with God. That's the only being a person in the human form that I would be fearful of. The other people out here, no. Now, yeah, you would have to hold a pew pew or something like that, or whatever. But just to say I'm scared of you, no, I'm not. I'm not scared of you. No, and I'm just gonna pray on the situation. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. People. Yeah. Ex granny. Um. Fill up if you have two bathtubs. Fill them up with water. That way, that could help you. If get to the point where you need to flush your toilets, and the water starts to get low because of the electricity and all that. That helps you be able to flush them. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, make sure you got water, drinking water, whatever. I'm country. I'm country. I'm country. I buy bottled water for guests that come here. I drink water out the zinc, y'all, and I don't even have a filter. That water tastes so good to me. Bottled water don't taste so good, but I buy it. I buy it. I do buy bottled water, and I keep some on ice in the refrigerator for if someone comes to visit. I always offer them, water. I do have bottled water, but I don't. I drink it out the zinc. I ain't lying. I ain't gonna tell no lie about that. Let's see. Chandler, you said I keep a little school a little hot, and I dip some water from the bathtub and then turn right around and put it in the back of the toilet, and I never have to worry about no mess in there. Okay, yeah, well, in the back of the toilet, however, but yeah, you keep water. You do fill your bathtubs up so that you are able to flush your toilets. That was one thing that I heard. That I mean, not that I heard, but that I did learn. And y'all know not if you don't have those Generac or the professional generators and stuff. Don't keep those generators and stuff in your house. They say don't even put them in your garage, but I do know people do it. But don't put them in there. Y'all kind of be safe and don't. It didn't matter how cold it got in here. I never went to sleep with them stove burners on, with them gas stove burners for that carbon monoxide. I was scared of that. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And if you're going to heat yourself up in the car, if you're going to charge your phones up in the car, make sure you put up your garage door. Not just a little crack, a big crack. A big crack in your garage door when you're in there charging up your phone. And you might want to, consider taking some of the apps off your phone, especially these notifications that every time you look around, ding, 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 because that runs your battery down. I had to do that. And then family members that we were texting, we were on like group texts and stuff. Hey, y'all know we got bad weather. Check in once every 2 hours. Don't be texting me. Oh, it's cold. No, because I'm trying to keep my phone battery charged, so I don't have to keep going out to the car. So, we'd say we'll check on y'all, or somebody text and do a group text. Everybody, we good. And after that, don't text no more. We'll take another time and we'll do a group text to make sure everybody was doing okay or whatever. Or if somebody got lights, invite that person over or whatever. That's how we would do that. But all them apps and stuff you have on your phone that be binging and binging and binging and binging and all of that, you may want to take all that stuff off just until that weather pass so that you can save your phone battery. And make sure you go to the store and get you some batteries. Put your flashlights by at hand. I have candles, but I wasn't really fooling with candles because you could turn around and knock a candle over. So if you're gonna do a candle, Put your well, you already got your bathtub situated with the water. If you're gonna do some candles, put them in your kitchen sink, and some may not have the slanted bathroom sink. You might could put one in your bathroom sink, a good one, a candle, and it may be a good thing to put some water in there to let it be wet or something, and don't have anything around. Put a candle in your bathroom sink and in your kitchen sinks. You can light your kitchen sinks up so you can see. But I wouldn't put candles here, there, and everywhere. You know, if you got kids, give them a flashlight. Let them use the flashlight. You should know your house in the dark anyway. You should be able to get around your house. So, with that being said, I think I said all I was gonna say. Y'all be safe. Let's pray for one another, and let's just pray that the whatever conditions are not as bad, and that everybody keep their electricity, and those that have fireplaces, y'all got wood stocked up. Everybody stocked up. Oh, one more big thing. I said about filling your cars up with gas, because it's happened here when we had some bad weather, that Katrina and Rita and the people from Louisiana had came down, and we had to evacuate from Texas, and people were running out of gas on the side of the freeways and roads because they didn't have enough gas to get up the street, and the traffic was so bad. So fill up your cars, and also get you a few dollars out the bank. Get you a few dollars out the bank, because if power is down, or some of these stores are running on limited generators, those credit card machines and stuff may not be working. Them debit cards, them Apple Pays and all that, you better get you some cash. Better get you some cash money, and not no hundreds, no big hundreds and fifties and all of that. Get you some ones, fives, and tens, something that's easy to break. Something that's easy to break. Leave them $100 bills, leave them 50s, and leave them 20s. Get you some cash money where you'll have on hand. You don't have to spend it, because you already went to the grocery store. You already bought your batteries. You already got your gas. This is extra cash money you got on the side, because them credit card machines, them Apple Pays, all that stuff ain't going to be working, or they may be down. But at least if you got to go to the corner store, because some of the people stay in the corner store, you know, they got all kind of stuff. They got all kind of stuff that you can probably buy. Sodas and maybe some canned goods and stuff of that nature. You know, maybe something you can put on the pit. I don't know, chips, whatever. That's when the stores run out. So keep you some extra cash on the side. And then when the storm passes over, put the money back in the bank. You don't have to spend it. Put it back in the bank. But keep you some money on the side, because the machines and stuff ain't going to be working. I don't know, X-Ren, if I got anything else to put on that or whatever. I may make a list, or try to make a list. Or if y'all think of anything, put it in my comments, and then, you know, maybe I can do one tomorrow about, I'm going to try to catch the news and pass on stuff about the survivor kids that they, or survivor things that they tell us about the bad weather and stuff like that. I'm just telling from experience. You can't do nothing with that stuff. So keep you some money. Keep you some money. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I was supposed to catch the news. The news is already 15 minutes in. I'm going to have to try to catch the streaming and stuff like that. Again, if you're watching me on a replay, skip to about 9 minutes in. If you're new to my channel, if you're new the first time viewing me, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit the like button. I do have a lot of shorts and lives. Consider going over watching them, and then that way you'll know when Classy Lady comes on. Right now, I did a little reaction today about somebody, but normally my things about me, my life experiences, and things that I know, and just talking common sense. That's it. So with that being said, I think I've acknowledged everybody. If I missed you, charge it to my heart. Charge it to my mind and not my heart. And, oh, hey, Lady Virgo. How you doing? Hey, Patricia Gardner. How you doing? Re realer than most. Hey, what's going on? That's unusual the way you did that. That was clever. That was clever. So I'm gonna get off of here in case somebody else want to come on, or y'all want to hear somebody else or talk to somebody else. And as we say over here in our sector, angels on everybody pillows. Good night, everybody. Have a blessed night. And I will God say the same. I will talk to y'all on the flip side, which is tomorrow. So I'll just say I'll see you later.